The birth of Isaac and the promise fulfilled. Greetings, friends. I am Lumina, the light that observes the wonders of the world. Do you remember the promise God made to Abraham and Sarah? Well, the time had finally come. Just as God had said, Sarah gave birth to a beautiful baby boy in her old age. She laughed with pure, sparkling joy and said, "God has made me laugh, and all who hear will laugh with me." They named him Isaac, which means laughter, because he was a miracle that brought smiles to everyone. When Isaac was 8 days old, Abraham did exactly what God commanded and circumcised him. Abraham was 100 years old when his son was born. Can you imagine? Even though he was very old, his heart was full of energy and gratitude. He held Isaac close, knowing that this little boy was the beginning of a great nation, just as the stars I shine beside had whispered to him long ago. Time passed quickly in the desert sun. Isaac grew and was finally weaned, and to celebrate, Abraham threw a massive, joyful feast. There was music, dancing, and plenty of food. But amidst the celebration, Sarah noticed something that troubled her. She saw Ishmael, the son of Hagar the Egyptian, mocking young Isaac. Ishmael was much older, a teenager now, and his teasing made Sarah realize that the two sons could not stay together. Sarah went to Abraham and said, "You must send Hagar and her son away. Ishmael shall not be an heir with my son Isaac." Abraham was very upset because he loved Ishmael dearly. He spent a long night worrying, but God spoke to him through the stillness. God told him, "Do not be distressed. Listen to Sarah, for through Isaac your offspring will be named. I will also make a great nation of Ishmael, because he is your son." Early the next morning, Abraham rose and prepared supplies for Hagar and Ishmael. He didn't send them away empty-handed. He gave them bread and a large skin of water, placing them on Hagar's shoulder. It was a sad goodbye, but Abraham trusted God's promise to protect them. He watched from the edge of the camp as they started their journey into the vast wilderness of Beersheba. Hagar and Ishmael wandered through the hot, dry wilderness for a long time. Soon, the water in the skin was all gone, and the sun beat down mercilessly. Ishmael became very weak from thirst. Fearing the worst, Hagar placed her son under the shade of a small desert shrub. She sat down a distance away and began to cry, saying, "I cannot watch my son die." It was a lonely moment in the big, empty desert. But they were never truly alone. God heard the voice of the lad crying out. Suddenly, a bright light shone, and an angel of God called to Hagar from heaven. "What troubles you, Hagar?" the angel asked. "Do not be afraid, for God has heard the boy. Arise, lift him up and hold him by the hand, for I will make him a great nation." Hagar looked up, her eyes wide with hope as the celestial light filled the dry valley. Then God opened Hagar's eyes, and she saw something she hadn't noticed before, a well of water. She ran to it with joy, filled the water skin to the brim, and gave Ishmael a long, cool drink. Ishmael grew stronger, and as the years went by, God stayed with the lad. He lived in the wilderness of Paran and became a very skilled archer with his bow. Back at Abraham's camp, King Abimelech and his commander came to visit. They had seen how God blessed Abraham in everything he did. "Let us make a covenant," the king said, "that you will deal kindly with me and my land." Abraham agreed, but first, he made sure to settle a dispute about a well that Abimelech's servants had taken. Abraham set aside 7 ewe lambs as a special witness that he had dug the well himself. They called that place Beersheba, which means well of the oath, because that is where they made their promise. To mark the spot and honor the Creator, Abraham planted a beautiful tamarisk tree. There, under its leafy branches, he called upon the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. Abraham knew that whether in the joy of a new baby or the peace of a treaty, God always keeps his word.